Mm, Give me just a sec here. I don't want to watch Aspen Gold right now.
Is
Let's
almost
see.
here. And in this video, I want to talk about
Okay. Looks like that's a little loud, so let me turn that down. Just getting all this set up right quick. Yo! What's going on, my boy? We're about to be doing a bit of a lazy stream today, but sailing comes out in 2 days, and I don't quite think I'm prepared. So, like, I honestly, I haven't done much research at all. I haven't watched any videos. I don't know shit that's going on right now. So, I'm gonna be watching a bunch of videos, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna try to learn a little bit. Uh, the only thing that I know so far is that you need like planks and bars. So, yeah, I really haven't done much for it either. I mean, other than planks and bars, I made like 2,500 steel, almost 3,000 mithril, 1,000 adamant. And then other than that, I've been making planks for like 2 or 3 days, man. I've got 2,500 mahogany. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can kind of see them. Uh, Working on teaks now. It seems like those are better bang for the buck. I made 1,000 oak, 300 planks. I'm hoping that's enough to get me to like where I can start using oak because I really don't want to sit here and chop down trees, bro. I don't want to chop down like normal ass logs. So I'm hoping that 300 is enough. I had to go to like the sawmill to buy a bunch of nails. Let's see, I bought 1,000 bronze, a little bit of iron, and some steel. It's probably not enough. It's probably not going to be enough, but that's all right. Uh, Good news is I have a shitload more planks and all kinds of stuff. So and ores. So if I need to make more, I can. This should get me like a good start, I hope. Um, but yeah, I got on the left hand side here, I got a bunch of YouTube videos loaded up. So I'm gonna kind of watch through these, probably in like 1.5 times speed. How do I change that? Playback speed. Here we go. Let's go 1.25. See how that goes. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go blow my nose. Right back. All right, bro. The weather gets just slightly cold. It's been in like the 60s, and my sinuses start acting up. I feel it in my throat. I feel it in my nose. Drive me crazy. But all right, yeah, we're gonna end the procrastination. We're gonna get knowledge today. We're going for knowledge. So let's go ahead and get this first one set up.
the type of routes
Maybe. Oh my God, it's loud for me too. Let me turn that down.
you can do when sailing gets released. I'll keep it generally.
You hit 2K total? Yo, that's kind of. Let me lick you up right quick. Oh, you went one above too. Holy shit. Bro, you're closing in on that 99 Slayer too. My God. Don't 1,300 Cerberus. Oh my God. Almost 1,000 krill, bro. Holy shit. That's insane. I mean, you're like right on the cusp of base 80s as well. Hunter would be quick. Thieving's quick. Herblore, that's like 10 minutes. Farming, I mean, it's quick, but like takes days. But that one's not too bad either. I don't know why my shit be doing this. Won't let me there we go. That's it. Yeah, you're like at base 80s. That's insane, man. Good shit. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. I don't have these in any specific order. I tried to pick some videos that were like, I don't know, a little bit of variety.
Here are 10 skilling items. Hello. And
I don't want to do that one.
Hello, everyone. Gals here.
I could just hover it here. Let's start with this
Mod
one.
Elena. This is Mod Light.
This is Mod Surma.
This is Mod Nin. This is Mod Grub.
This is Mod Husky. Take
How's
one.
the volume on these? Is this too loud or anything?
What is
Am I too loud?
sailing?
Sailing
Quiet.
is Old School RuneScape's 24th new skill.
I'd say this is about the biggest and most ambitious project we've ever done.
There's going to be so much content that you
Alright,
can
cool.
go and explore.
There's so many new islands, and then what's the story on those islands?
You'll sail around and you'll find new Slayer monsters, find new hunting spots.
It's probably the biggest skill we've ever done, and probably one of the biggest projects we'll ever do.
I gotta be honest. Now, in all fairness, I haven't watched much content on sailing, but I played that little beta that they released, however many months ago. Bro, that shit was not fun. I did not enjoy that. I only put like maybe an hour into it. I didn't even get that high of a level, but I just like the training of the skill. I don't know. I didn't find it too enjoyable, but some of the shit that I've heard that it unlocks makes it kind of worth it, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It felt I don't know. So I'm an AFK type gamer. Like I like to do what I'm doing right here. I got one account. I click this little crab every 10 minutes. Then I click a cave and click them again. I got this account. I click once every I don't know, minute or so, 30 seconds. And then I get to watch some stuff on the side. This is like how I normally play. And so sailing felt click intensive. It felt almost too almost too interactive. I don't like to interact with the game that much. Unless I'm like bossing or something. Like bossing is fun. I like to interact with bossing, but with skilling, man, that shit's a drag. I just want to get it over with. Or just not pay attention to it. Just let my character do it. Let me get the skills on the side here. That'll work. Yeah, I heard it's gonna release pretty slow, and they might tweak it, make some updates to, speed it up. I heard that they're releasing it now, but they're still gonna be pushing updates, like massive updates for it, all the way into 2026. So it seems like they have a lot of plans with it.
How do you go about making the incredibly vast oceans feel alive?
A big goal for us with sailing's development was to make the sea feel alive. Looking at the world map in the existing game, it's kind of like a big blue carpet. There's nothing going on there. So developing sailing was really tricky in that regard because we're used to the sort of content density on land. We know what that should feel like, but we never knew what that should feel like on the sea because by nature the sea is quite vast. There's not that much going on out there. Trying to combine those two and find a middle ground that works was quite an interesting design challenge.
The environment in a video game is an essential character. It itself is guiding you through the story, giving you a clue where to go next, giving you warnings about maybe some places you shouldn't go. How do you do that to the carpet? We have obviously the depth underneath you, the islands naturally. There's also the creatures that are there. There's the other ships sailing around. The more we looked into it,
spice up those journeys from port to port.
Let's talk about exploration. Are players free to explore the ocean and all the new islands within Gillinor?
Yes, with an asterisk.
Players can explore most of the ocean.
Wait, what did he say?
to port.
Let's talk about exploration. Are players free to explore the ocean and all the new islands within Gillinor?
Yes, with an asterisk.
Players can explore most of the ocean.
Okay, let's take a quick look to see. Oh, let me get my guy going again here. Now, this is something I haven't really done yet either, is taking a look at the, oh my God, the map. I haven't looked at it at all yet. Just like a quick peek, but I mean, this is overwhelming to say the least. Let's start like the Lumberj area. Okay, so this is all places that you can sell. That's interesting. I'm guessing you probably won't be able to go up the river maybe, but that's the Wizard's Tower. This is where people are chopping willows, so it looks like you can go right up to there. Port Sarum is a docking point. I know a little bit, like there's going to be these tasks that you can pick up. So you land at Port Sarum, and there's going to be like a board, and you like click on the board, and it shows you a bunch of different tasks that you can do. And some of them are like, you pick up a box from this port, you take it to, whatever, a different port here maybe. And then you get XP for doing it. It was something. I didn't find it, I guess, that bad. Maybe there's going to be like a meta route or something. Now, I'd be interested to know if you can get to Crandor while sailing, because that would be pretty cool. Is there a port near here? Yeah, there is one on Entrana, it looks like. Yeah, docking point. I wonder, I'm assuming you're going to have no items or like no weapons or whatever when you get there. But I wonder if you can like park your boat at Crandor right here, get off, and do your clue step. Because I feel like that would probably be way faster than the normal method that I do, which is going all the way through the volcano, in through this door, up the ladder, and then you do it. That would be nice. Okay, zooming out here. Crash Island Dungeon. Oh, it's not even new. That's Apatol stuff. The Great Conch. Okay. This looks like it's got some stuff going on. We got a farming patch, a couple of ranges, fishing shop, sword shop, hunter shop, crafting, herbalist. I don't know what that does, but it sounds interesting. What is this? Why is this not? Hello? This one doesn't hover. Okay. Hunter spot. Another one, another one. So a bunch of hunter trainings here. We got a dungeon. Oh, okay. So I think this is going to be one of the new bosses. How do I go back to the surface? Why am I here? Where'd the conch go? Okay. So I do know that on my Iron Man, I'm definitely going to be spending some time here because it's dropping like a new 65 attack rapier, and I want that. I need that. So that looks pretty cool. I mean, yeah, there's like a whole bunch of new stuff that I don't understand. This looks crazy. Cursed Archipelago. Untamed Ocean. This is Bounty Hunter up here. Oh, okay, this is trawling. So I know there's going to be like a bunch of new fish and stuff. Pretty cool. Salvaging, I think that's going to be like the AFK method, so I want to get to that as soon as I can. Wonder if it tells us. It does. Sailing. Port task. Shipwreck salvaging. So it looks like I just need to rush to 15. And then I can unlock some AFK stuff. Alright, let's get back to doing what we were doing here. Adjust these. Alright.
We've locked off some bits, so mainly to the east, so sort of south of Sofanum and east, and north of, I want to say Weiss and east, like west of Volumor and Garend as well.
But there are portions of the sea that are quite hazardous, require specific counters to avoid damage. That was just part of us trying to make the sea come to life and just sort of create an interesting environment to explore in.
Okay.
There's definitely different feels across the ocean. You know, when I go to the northern parts of the sea, it feels very cold, and there's mechanics that deal with that around there. So I would just say if a player is looking to be quite ambitious and you're a hardcore account, maybe just, you know, let someone else test the waters a little bit first.
Sailing can kill you. You can die while sailing. That's interesting. You can lose hardcore while sailing. Huh. That's pretty neat. I kind of like that.
We want to know about level progression in sailing from early to late game. So give us your speedrun level 1 to 99 guide immediately.
All right, well, level 1, you're going to start doing a quest called the Pandemonium. You start in Port Sarim. It takes you to the Pandemonium.
Write
It gives
that
you a
down,
little
write that
raft,
down.
and then you can sail around on the raft. You're then going to do port tasks between Port Sarim and the Pandemonium, and then eventually Musa Point delivering cargo.
And then you also have something really exciting called bounty tasks, where you can use your ship to take down an enemy and then take those goods that you receive from the enemy back to a port. Once you hit level 15, you're going to want a small boat. It has some really cool facility slots that you can start to manage, so getting yourself your very own salvaging hook, and then you can
Alright,
also
bro.
customize
Sounds
the
good.
sturdiness
I'd be down for some
and
TOA
the speed
later.
of your boat, things like your hull, your keels, your sails, etc.
For players who want a bit more of a chill experience, there's some shipwreck salvaging, although I'm very aware that some of the more skill-based skilling players might like to tick manipulate that. We've seen some wonderful demonstrations from the alpha and beta from Hibok Chong.
From that, you get some salvage that you can sort through to get loot, or you could just drop it if you're
Zoned out there. Let me go.
Ability slots that you can start to manage, so getting yourself your very own salvaging hook, and then you can also customize the sturdiness and the speed of your boat, things like your hull, your keels, your sails, etc.
For players who want a bit more of a chill experience, there's some shipwreck salvaging, although I'm very aware that some of the more skill-based skilling players might like to tick manipulate that. We've seen some wonderful demonstrations from the alpha.
Not a chance I'm doing any tick manipulation. It's gonna be salvaging all the way.
Data from Hibok Chong.
From that, you get some salvage that you can sort through to get loot, or you could
God, what is that? Like is that a rune or adamant dart? A couple astral runes? Looks like some minnows or something.
just drop it if you're more interested in the XP and the AFK
Ain't
elements
bad.
of it. There are quests on the way. I would suggest like doing them at the level that you unlock them. I think there's 4, maybe 5. So there's the intro quest that everyone needs to do to access sailing. There's the
Okay.
Troubled Tortugans quest as well.
Okay, so it's like the Herblore quest. You have to do it to do it.
That kind of unlocks the Great Conch area, which is the biggest island we're
Okay, so the Great Conch. I've heard about the turtle people. That's where that's gonna be.
doing for sailing. And then there's a few smaller quests here and there. I won't spoil too much, but I believe there's another 2 quests. So let's go with 4. It's probably right.
Can you call Mod Ed
Few
and put him on
quests.
speaker and ask him when the next penguin quest is?
Mod Ed? Hello? Yeah, sorry, it's the camera people. They're asking when the next penguin quest is. Uh-huh. Oh, you don't want me to tell them? Can we get them a spoiler? Oh, he dies? Oh. For those who wish to tackle things that are more like time
penguin
trials, there's going to be the
quest?
Barracuda trials, so there's going to be 3.
I gotta be honest. I didn't much like the Penguin quest. That is a spacebar quest for me. I just skipped through all of that. I thought it was a little annoying having to equip the penguin suit all the time. You have to talk to the guy to get in and out of it. Ugh.
3 of those staged at various points in the scale. Obviously, make sure to upgrade your boat well beforehand. You're not going to be doing
Make it a one click. Make it to where I can left click the penguin suit to put it on. I won't complain as much.
so well in those trials if you're going very slow.
The last one I want to highlight is charting the seas. This is a one-off activity. You go and you interact
a
with
mermaid?
something in the world, note it down in your little captain's log, and then once you chart enough in an area, you can then start to get benefits from that. One benefit could be, now there are rapids in this area that speed up my boat, or now I can get these drinks on my boat that like buff my crewmates.
It was very important to us when we were designing sailing that it integrates with a lot of existing skills. Sailing that didn't integrate with anything would have just kind of felt like it was away from the game as its own separate thing. You've got integration with crafting, smithing, and construction just to get through boat building.
There's new
Its own separate thing. You've got integration with crafting, smithing, and construction.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that it's coming in and it's not its own thing. It makes me think back to like Dungeoneering when it came out. It was just kind of its own thing, and it kind of broke the game with chaotic weapons and stuff. So I heard. I mean, I never really was all that good at it back then. I think I may have gotten one chaotic weapon. I think that was like 80 Dungeoneering or something, or 80 attack it required. I don't remember. It's been so long. But back then, I spent all of my time at the Clan Wars portal free for all, like the safe, and I would just spend every day just walking in, hitting people, dying, doing it again. And I would buy like an AGS, and I'd bring it in there, and I'd use that, and then I'd use it until I was bored with it, and then I'd grab like something else, put like mage gear on. I just mess around in Clan Wars. I spent so many hours there. And I feel like at one point I did get a chaotic weapon, but I can't remember all that well.
Just to get.
I don't know how I got on that topic, but anyways, I was saying that it kind of came in and it like interrupted the game. This feels like it's combining all of these different skills just to do the skill, like, crafting, smithing, construction, just to make the boats and like cannonballs and all of that. And sailing gets you access to other skills like Slayer, Hunter. I like the way they're doing it.
Through boat building.
There's new fishing methods, so we have lantern fishing, which gets you squid. There's the deep sea trolling training activity that trains both sailing and fishing. There's a new hunter method called crab hunting. There's new slayer monsters, so there's the griffins. I'm really looking forward to fighting the griffin boss. There's the aquanites and the lava strike worms as well.
Can you explain the chicken and why he's a scrungle?
The griffin boss needed a pet, and we decided it needed a morph, and Art whipped up this amazing little chicken, and for some reason they called him Scrungly. And that kind of started this avalanche internally of like 20 new emotes with different versions of Scrungly. You have like a Scrungly with the coffee, you have a Scrungly with like sunglasses, that's just called Scrungly Deal With It. There's a lot of Scrunglies. And Art whipped up this amazing little chicken, and
Is that this one? Cool. I like this one. What is that? Oh my god.
For some reason they called him Scrungly. And that kind of started this avalanche and
What can you tell us?
I'm making fun of it now, but if I get that pet, I guarantee that I'm using that transmog. I will 100% walk around with that ugly ass bird following me. No doubt about it.
It's about the new items and resources that will be coming into the game.
As far as items and resources specifically, we wanted to focus on hardwoods for boats. That kind of makes sense. They're already tied to construction. But there are only 4 tiers, and we wanted to have more tiers of boats. So we're going to be introducing camphor, ironwood, and rosewood as 3 new tiers above that. There's a lot of integration with some new ores as well. For that, we sort of looked into...
So he said above that. So are these already... They are. They're already in the skill guides. I like that. They're doing this really nice. So... Let's see. Mahogany's 50 woodcut. The next one is 66. 80. 92. 92 for the best. That's interesting. And I'm assuming you can plant these too. Let's see. Where's the hardwood? Other? What's going on here? Special. Yeah. Yeah. Coral as well. Some new stuff here. Okay. I mean, mahogany trees when you plant them at 55 farming, those already give buku XP, so I can only imagine what these rosewoods will give. It's pretty nice. 92.
Things that are a bit more anti-weathering, you know, things that are water resistant. So we're looking at things like lead and cupronickel that are kind of used in the mid to late game sailing stuff, on top of woodcutting and mining.
What level are we talking here? Lead is 25. Okay. What about nickel? Nickel, okay, 74. Hey, that's pretty decent. I mean, that's a decent ore. It's above adamant. That's pretty crazy. Okay.
Which I think I've had a lot of focus for shipbuilding. There is the sort of stuff on the side that is more to do with farming. So on the traditional side, we're revitalizing hops patches a lot.
That's good. I mean, I never do any sort of hops patches at all. 94 smithing for the best boat parts. Oof, my God. Okay. Also takes 94 to make a rune warhammer. This smithing, I don't know how they would do it, but this needs some sort of rework. I mean, I have no. I don't. It's probably one of those things where like the ship is way too far gone for that to work. Like we're way too deep in this for them to make something that crazy. Yeah, Giant's Foundry. Yeah. That's where I'll probably do most of my stuff. Steel bars and mithril bars probably. I don't know. I don't know how much you're going to be using these bars. I don't know if it's going to be like construction where you're building something and then taking it apart and it requires a bunch of bars.
A lot with adding flax is something that obviously already exists in the game, players can get without farming, but we'll get to see that process of turning flax into linen just sort of a bit more realized in the game. We're going to be introducing hemp as well as a step up from that, and then eventually cotton. These are all going to be used for sales. And then on top of all the hop stuff, there's also the coral farming stuff, which more or less I would consider it like a super herb seed. They'll take twice as long to grow, but they'll give you twice the yield in return. And these will be used in new potions, so we'll get to see new
extended stamina, Armadale brew, okay, super fishing, extreme energy. Okay, you're gonna make a boat and heal it with repair kits. Okay. That's interesting.
Unfinished potions made out of these, and some of those supplies are going to be gathered from other places in sailing, such as with the new fish, and there's a bit more integration as well with existing potions where some of the new supplies are going to be added to them. So Bell's Folly is a new sword item. It's a reward from the Griffin boss, the Shelving Griffin. It's basically the stab equivalent of the zombie axe. It will require your sailing level to be trained, but you know, I like when our game has lots of different routes. So the Horn of Plenty is a new off.
Yeah, we need that for sure. Right now, what is our best stab weapon? Our best stab weapon right now is a dragon sword, so we're gonna want that upgrade for sure. You'll make a salvaging boat and fishing boat. Oh, you'll have multiple boats? That's interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work with the where is it? Teleport me to boat spell. I wonder if you'll get to choose, like if you could have boats at different docks and get to choose which one to teleport to. Or maybe you'll just have to have like a main boat that you set as priority or something.
Offhand hunter item that is obtained by killing griffins. It will provide a +2 invisible boost to your hunting skill and a +4 boost when charged. And while charged, it will passively sort of drain feathers while you're catching things. And it has an additional 1 in 10 chance to double the resource that you're gathering. Really interesting to see where players use this.
Okay.
Obviously, it'll be good for hunter generally, but especially when you want to gather those expensive resources, kind of like red chins or maybe even the new rainbow crabs. See what players consider using it there. We've been thinking of a lot of skilling items and how we can introduce a few more of those from PVM. The toxic blowpipe has been a weapon that's obviously been old school for quite a while now, ever since Zelda released. So we kind of thought that obviously we like where the toxic blowpipe is, and we don't want to introduce new blowpipes that sort of supersede that. But the camphor, ironwood, and rosewood blowpipes are a way for us to introduce those to a lower sort of level where, you know, you can still get the benefit of using darts, and darts are already really strong in the game. The rosewood blowpipe specifically has a special attack as well, which is kind of going to be like a baby dragon knife special attack. It's not going to be as strong, but I'll be interested to see if that special attack gets used in certain places. For those who are considering getting one themselves, you'll probably want to have a look at lantern fishing as well and get your hands on a squid beak, as that's quite an integral component to make the new blowpipes.
I have a toxic blowpipe, so I doubt that I'm going to make those, but maybe they'll have some use or something. Yeah, I'm an Iron Man. The main account that I play, it's a Zerker Iron Man. These are the stats up here. Oh, you can't see. Let me move my head here. You know what? I can just hide it right quick. So these are my stats. Pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with where the account's coming along. Got some good gear. I got a couple best in slots like Dagon High Top and Missouri Top. But my melee is where I'm like lacking really bad. I've got a zombie axe and that's about it. I take a dragon sword to TOA. So I'm definitely going to want that new rapier thing. Honestly, the other stuff that I've heard about doesn't intrigue me too much, like the little ranged offhand. I have the antler guard, so I think that's just going to be better. The hunter offhand thing, that might be cool. We'll see.
Let's talk about combat. How does combat work in sailing?
Combat in sailing works by interacting with the cannon facility on the boat. So kind of similar to how you would look into the helm of the boat to navigate. You also need to look into the cannon to look into sort of combat mode, if you will. So once you're locked in, you just click on an NPC and your character will try to fire the cannon at that NPC. We kind of wanted to like create a very basic combat system before we start building on top of it. So if you think about the existing combat in game, when it launched, it was just click cow, wait until cow was dead. But looking at the combat sort of scenery,
it sends second bolts for free when you fire. Okay. Yeah, like rubies, double rubies. I'm guessing that's like is it every time or is it just a percentage chance? Like it sometimes will. Surely it's just got to be sometimes. Yeah, chance, okay. So yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. Ruby bolts, maybe even diamond. Might be good at like Muspa. I can see some use there. Yeah, yeah. The best part about being a Zerker Iron Man is that like my defense is shit anyway. I'm walking around in paper all the time, Elite Void and stuff. So the Antler Guard doesn't have too much of a negative effect for me, but yeah, definitely I could see how it could benefit me. Where would I use that? TOA maybe? Muspa. It'd probably be good at Muspa. Definitely a couple places.
Today, you have crazy bosses with mechanics and focusing on prayers and movement and all that kind of stuff. I could see sailing moving into that
Some
territory
cardboard
over
armor,
time,
yeah.
but we wanted to make sure that the base combat works fine. But regardless, we do have a variety of different creatures. So you start off just fighting like basic sharks or even like seabirds, like terns. You might fight those initially, and maybe some mogres out to sea. And just like with the helm, you can assign a crewmate to the cannon, and then they will try to fire for you.
Crewmates are almost integral to sailing, in all honesty. You don't get them at the start. I believe the level to unlock them is about level 40, which gives you just enough time to get familiar with the boat itself, so that you can then direct them how to do it. Crewmates themselves can more or less do anything a player can do, and they satisfy that requirement where we've got all these cool facilities on a boat, but you just wouldn't be able to use them because you're too busy steering the boat. I'm quite excited for sailing to sort of feel like you start off on your weird little raft and building up and gathering experience, and you'll move from an adventurer to newbie sailor to eventually a captain, and that's hopefully where crewmates will come in to fulfill that fantasy. And essentially it just gives
That's pretty sick. I like that. That is, yeah, just a little bit stronger than paper. Just barely. This account, I actually, I was a 13 defense Iron Man for a long time. I started out as like a 1 defense, and then I went to 13 for like the Slayer helm and Fairy Rings and stuff. And then I started doing TOA with that gear, and I felt like a thrall. Like I felt like I wasn't hitting it all. So I eventually went to 45, and I'm liking it so far. It's got that nostalgic feel to me, and it's pretty fun. Mainscaper types. Excited for this. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I feel that. I started back in like probably 2005 or 6. I was in like 2nd grade. And my God, the game, I remember when I first started, back then you didn't need an email or nothing like that. You would just type in a character name, and if it wasn't taken, you could type in a password, and then it makes that character for you. And I didn't realize that you had to like remember the username and the password. I was so young. I was probably in like 1st or 2nd grade. And so every day after school, I would come home, I'd get on my dial-up internet, I'd spend 15 minutes loading RuneScape, and then I'd make a new account. God knows how long I did that for. I love TOA. It's definitely the raid that I've done the most. Let's see, collection logs here. In fact, I've only done 2 chambers, no TOB. I've done a little bit of TOA, but I can really only do 150 solo with my gear. I can do 300s, like I know the content, but it's just I'm restricted by gear right now. It's a ton of fun. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I got Missouri that I can get from there. What else would be good? Shadow, obviously. Fang. I desperately need a Fang. Lightbearer still. I mean, pretty much everything but the ward is useful to me. So I'm a big fan of TOA. Whereas like Chambers and TOB, some of this stuff, I can't wear Ancestral. TOB, I can't wear Justy. I can't use the Defender. So TOA has been my bread and butter for raids. I was in RS3 for the longest. Haven't played since OP Neve Cave days. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I miss those. That Neve Cave. Oh, I can show you my main stats right quick. It's kind of a dead account to me. Wow, this one's not working for some reason. Let me move my head. My main's name is AdMe. It's kind of a dead account to me. I don't play it much. I log on every now and then, but 2187 total. I think I got like 5,000 hours on it. I'm still not maxed. I remember those Neve days. Oh, you came back as a Gem with some roommates. That's pretty fun. I've always wanted to play Gem, but I've made a few of them and they all die out. They all die out pretty quickly. Yep, I agree with it being so much more fulfilling. It is. I don't know. It's grindy in a way that I hate, but once you finish your grinds and you finally get like a big ticket item that you've been grinding for, it does feel so much more rewarding than just let me lock this on the GE for 12 mil. It's like, oh my God, I finally get to use something way better. It's a blast. This account that I'm playing right now is kind of the reason that I stopped playing my main. It's I just got sucked into that, you know. I got sucked into the GP scape and get a drop, go to GE. And there's some fun to that, but it burned out for me. Yeah, all you can think about is GP. It's like you want to get those upgrades, but yeah. Yeah, I feel that, man. Me too. My irons bank is worth more than my mains now. My main has like a 150 mil bank, and my iron's up basically double that. So much more fun.
Solo player the ability to interact with content in the same way that a group of players might. All in all, they're really exciting. They've got lots of different stats on them where, you know, some crewmates might be better at some facilities than others, and different crewmates also have different...
Okay, I think that's
Good
pretty
now,
much
ladies and-
good for that video. You know what though? That video was nice. It opened my eyes to some stuff. I played the sailing beta on release, and I didn't have too much fun with it. I thought it was kind of boring. I thought it was kind of tedious. But some of the stuff that they're adding with it looks pretty good. All right, we're going to watch this next video here by Yamas. So let me copy that. And let's see. Oh, you guys probably don't need to see that part. Let me paste this link in the chat. So if you guys want to go give him some love. Wait, why did it get rid of that? I don't know why Streamlabs just got rid of your comment there. Hang on, let me view that message. I don't know why it did that. Sorry, I'm kind of new to streaming, so I'm going to have to play around with my settings in Streamlabs to get it to not do that. Let me read that message. It's an adjustment focusing on tiling so much more. I'm so used to being focused on my fight in RS3. You need to focus more on what damage you're taking, mitigating it, dealing enough to heal from Soul Split. Yeah, I tried RS3. I got into it for, I don't know. I put maybe like a month or two into it. Not too much. I couldn't get into it. I tried the, what is that stuff? That little setting you can turn on to like auto cast your spells and whatnot. I even tried it with that. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. It wasn't my cup of tea. But I watched some RS3 videos. I watched I think Jimmy played some RS3. I watched his content when he did that. It looks interesting, but there's just that learning curve that I'm just not willing to put the time in to learn it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rune Fix. They fix RuneScape, you get your RuneScape fix in. In this episode, we have everything you're going to need to prepare for sailing according to the second blog post. My name is Yamis, aka the Yamis Hamis, and I will be your host for this show. So sailing is officially coming to the game, and instead of trying to fight it, we need to embrace it.
Yeah, presenting storybooks. I don't know why it did that. Let me look at my settings right quick. How would I even do that? Let me just go chat. Good Lord, I'm gonna have to Google that later. I'm sorry that it did that, but I'll have to figure out why it did that.
To be lost and skilling to be done. Okay, so now the way that this episode breakdown is going to go, we're going to go over the different sections of the different skills that they announced would partake in this second blog. In regards
I
to
appreciate
sailing.
that, brother.
And then I
Appreciate
will go
that a
over the
lot.
minimum and maximum levels required. Maybe give a small little breakdown of what it's going to entail. And
I don't know which one is going to be the actual sailing cape, but just looking at them, I kind of like D the most.
And then at the end of each little
Just off rip.
section for the skill, I'm going to go over what items I think you should have to be prepared for the official release. Okay, so to start things off, the community has already decided which skill cape will be added to the game,
Okay,
but it doesn't really matter because we don't know what the emote is going to look like. Okay, so
I am somebody who thinks that almost every single skill cape emote needs a rework. I think they all, maybe not all of them. Some of them are good. I'm thinking Achievement Diary cape. That one's good. I like it. The ones I don't like, Slayer. I think that the Slayer cape emote, for the time that you have to spend to get 99 Slayer, it's just a letdown. I mean, that is pathetic. You grab a Turoth and you stump on it, and then it's done. I think that needs completely changed. What other ones? Strength is cool. I mean, strength makes sense. You're lifting a weight. Attack, probably. Yeah, Slayer's extremely underwhelming. Attack, that one's lame. You just do. You just throw 2 punches. I guess I get it, but defense, you just put up a shield, block an arrow. Range is meh. I like magic. It's kind of okay. Yeah, convince a new player that Slayer's so good. I know, man. Those early levels are tough. Tough. And if you're a new player and you don't really know like how it all works, I could see that being such a drain. But it is. Like once you get into the 80s and the 90s, Slayer is so good.
Our first section is woodcutting. They have announced that there will be new woodcutting trees added to the game, and they will be hardwood trees used for the plank.
You know about the hardwood trees.
For ore, copper ore into that copper
Resources
nickel,
we know about.
however you into the herbalist
okay,
stuff,
the fishing
and
here.
Prepared in cooking with a whole.
They say I'm too poor. Well, hardest thing to do. Oh, I just tell everyone who hates Slayer to get a cannon. They say I'm too poor, and then tell them they don't hate Slayer. Yeah. Oh yeah, cannon. I mean, I've actually. You know what? I'm curious. The cannonballs that you make for the current cannon. I know that they're making like new cannonballs. I wonder if you're going to be using the same like steel cannonballs. Probably, right? Use granite? Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more grotesque. I've only got less than 500 of those. Near equal to Addy. Okay. Oh, I got to do some grotesques then. Do you have to be on task for that? I think you do. Shit. I'll have to get a task.
Bunch of added benefits and effects based on consuming them. So the minimum fishing required is 52, and that's for the harpoon fishing. And then for the deep sea trawling, the minimum fishing is 69. Nice. But then the highest level fish for the best food in the game will be 91 to catch the raw marlin. And there's probably a few different things that could be useful. The tackle box and the fish barrel.
Honestly, I mean, I'm an Iron Man, so I just eat karambwans everywhere I go. I take karambwans. I've got, I don't know, almost 1,000 sharks. Running low on karambwans actually, but I just eat karambwans everywhere I go. And if I do something like Mardorvis or something, then I might pull out sharks. But for the most part, I just use karambwans. Sea trawling, that one excites me too. I saw that there was like one fish that restores some prayer points. I'm interested in that one. Definitely want to get my hands on some of those.
Which will allow you to store the extra fish. And so because it says harpoon and lantern fishing, there might be some added effect or benefit of having a harpoon, such as the dragon harpoon or crystal harpoon. Maybe it's going to be damage related, and that will help. And you can also wield those. But if you're not fortunate enough to be able to get your hands on one of those, because they might be just too hard for you or too expensive, you can look at the option of the...
Curious. Dragon harpoon. One of those fish is the new better Buon. Okay. Oh yeah, I heard it. It does like, it heals 20 instead of 18, I think. It's pretty good. Is that the halibut? I think I heard someone say it's a halibut. 83 fishing. I like to see this. Dragon harpoon almost at 5 mil. I think it was at like a mil or less not that long ago. So I like that. That's good.
The barbed tail harpoon, and it is a wieldable variant of the harpoon, so that is very nice to save up the extra spot in your inventory. So that is basically the entirety of the fishing section. Next, into the hunter section for crab hunting. Okay, so the way that this new hunter activity is going to take place is it's going to be set off of time. But instead of being like 50 minutes or so like a birdhouse, it's saying that the lower level crabs, the red ones, the red and blue will be 15 ticks, and the rainbow crabs will be 25 ticks. So it's going to be timing and rhythm based. So with all of that said, the minimum level will be 21 to catch the red crabs, and the maximum level for the high end will be 77 to get the rainbow crabs. And what I'm thinking will be good useful items here are going to be the huntsman kit, and then also the meat pouch for storing the...
Let me look that up right quick. OSRS odor salts. I'm not familiar with those. Auto scent covering traps. Anti-odor salt. Oh. Oh. Okay, 56 herb lore for that. Crab paste. Okay. Okay, so you catch the crabs, you combine them with the coral. Okay. How do you get the coral? You plant it at 28 farming. Okay. Pestle and mortar for the crab paste. Okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, oh, let's go back. Not too much info on it, but automatically consumed when setting up hunter traps to smoke them. Yeah, that's just a mechanic that nobody ever really uses. So the fact that it makes it automatic, that's definitely a W. How did you like used to have to smoke it? Oh, you baited it? By smoking a trap, player scent will vanish. Oh, so you used to have to like manually use a torch on it? Oh, yeah. No wonder nobody does that.
Crab meat, because you are going to be doing that. So, and then also, it's like a little bonus option or a bonus item for that, and it'll also be mentioned in the farming area. The thing that you will probably, the herb lore area.
This is crazy. This is like expansive. I mean, this is expanding so many different skills. It's like almost overwhelming the amount of information that's being thrown at me right now.
Right. You want the thing that will allow you to store the secondaries. But let's get into farming. So for farming,
easy
we are
free
getting
XP.
a bunch of new different patches.
Oh my god, the early Iron Man experience is going to change so much because of this. That's interesting. There's probably going to be so many new meta changes. I could see people rushing like elite skill. Yeah, this is huge. I mean, I could see people rushing the that automatic smoke stuff, the anti-odor salts, like before doing any hunter. I could see like just getting that, speeding up the hunter grind. Like collecting a bunch of that. Flax bales. Oh my god, how many do I got? Where do I keep those? 92. I don't think that's a lot. Yeah, the salts at Black Chins. Oh my god, Black Chins are gonna. Wow. And then even using those for like hunter rumors. Like if I were to make a new account, I'd probably want to get those salts before even trying the rumors.
And different use case things. So we'll be able to grow the hardwood trees, make the secondaries for the herb lore, and we're going to be able to make linen stuff, cloth materials. And it'll be in the coral nurseries, the hops patches, and the hardwood trees. So simply to enter to make the first thing, it'll be growing flax.
75 hunter immediately, yeah.
But if you want to make the herb lore secondaries, the minimum will be 28 farming.
That's good.
And if you want to do the introduction to the new trees,
that'll thank you for the subscription, farming, bro. I appreciate that.
The maximum level you'll need.
Yeah, for real. That's huge. I have a goal. I want to get to 100 subscribers by next month. My birthday's next month, so my goal is to try to get to 100 before then. So I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Don't look at the price of cut. The price to cut ironwood planks. Oh my god. God, I don't know if I even want to know this. 5K a pop, bro. I just finished making 2,500 mahogany planks, and I'm at like 6,000 teaks. I had a 20 mil cash stack on this Iron Man, and now I'm down to 12 mil just from these planks. And I think mahogany are 500 a piece. This is 5K a piece? Oh my god. Jeez.
according to this, is 92 farming. So you really don't need to go any higher than that. But that is still very high and will cost a lot of money. But as of right now, the Celastra seeds are pretty cheap and maybe a viable way to get big chunks of farming XP.
Oh, thank you, man. I was grinding con and we crashed his games and then I gave up. We get there when we get there, yep.
On top of your typical farming route. Okay, that basically covers our farming section, and we are going to jump right into crafting and fletching. This is kind of like...
Okay.
Nice things are coming from them, but they're very...
Okay. Okay, flax is going to get another use. Did that go up in price at all? Flax. 4 coins. I don't know how much it usually is.
Minimal, not that crazy additions coming to the game, right? So we're getting the flax, which you'll need 12 crafting to turn into the linen and the bolt of linen. And the maximum level for cotton is 73 crafting.
Okay,
and you'll
so
make
for
the
the
cotton yarn and the
sales.
bolt of cotton. So for
Cool.
now, for fletching, they are showing that...
Oh, flax was 1 GP? Oh my god. This is just straight up 4x your money. That's crazy. That is crazy. Flax stocks are through the roof.
You're going to be able to make blowpipes based off of these hardwood trees.
Okay, blowpipes, not too interested.
Okay, with that being said, on to the next section of herb lore and cooking. So, for herb lore, there's going to be a lot of new potions with,
Okay, let's see. Yeah, the anti-odor salt, anti-bleed tonic. So that's with the coral and the squids. 56 herb lore. Where do you bleed? Wait, where do you bleed? Vartorvis? Is that it? I'm assuming if they're adding this, that means they're going to add more NPCs that cause bleed in the future. That would be my assumption.
With new effects coming into the game. So, to start it all off, we have the anti-odor salt.
Okay, super fishing. That's pretty good. I mean, a +6. That gets you to sharks at like 70. Hunter potion. Okay, that's +6. Extended stamina. So it's just a double stamina. That's nice. It's basically like having a stamina with that ring or whatever. Armadillo brew. That's the interesting one here. Heals hit points for 10%. So talking 10 HP at max. +2, so 12. So it heals you for 12. Raises range level by 10%. So +4, so like an extra 14 range levels. That's pretty nice. Reduces attack, strength, magic, and defense by 10% +2. Okay, so only on range heavy content. Got it.
Which requires 49 herb lore, and it's going to use crab paste. All right, and then over into the cooking section. So you will get food from hunting and from fishing. So in order to do the introduction cooking, you will actually be able to get that from the crabs, which require hunting, and that is level 21 cooking. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, you will see to cook the new marlin, you will need...
Oh, here we go. We got descriptions here. Haddock can overheal up to 10 hit points. Okay, so that's like an angler. Right? It's just like a budget angler. It's like an early access anglerfish. Yellowfin tuna restores 20% energy. Okay. Halibut is the better Kerwam Blonde, 20 HP. Bluefin tuna restores 5 prayer points, so 87 cooking. I'm 82. That wouldn't be too bad to get to that. That's the one I'm kind of interested in the most. And then marlin, obviously, is the best. The new best food. Pretty good.
93 cooking, and that will be done with a deep sea trawling. So there...
Yeah, some of these are pretty tough. Some of these are pretty tough. I can almost do the halibut. I'm 4 or 5 away from bluefin. Marlin, it's not in my near future.
There's not really much to be said about cooking. Basically, you're just going to want to get the cooking gauntlets. Next, onto smithing and
smithing.
construction.
Here we go.
So for smithing, it's saying that you're going to upgrade the ships from bronze to dragon, and then you'll also be able to make the cannonballs, which there will be 2 different kinds. It'll be chain shot, and then the...
Okay, so yeah, you do take the regular steel balls. So it takes 2 of them to make every boat cannonball. And there's 2 different kinds. Chain shot and incendiary. I don't know what that means. Maybe he'll tell us. Okay, and so bars are going to be used to upgrade the boat. Okay.
Incendiary one, which is a burning effect. So for smithing, to get right into it,
I
you'll make the cannonballs, which there will be 2 different kinds. It'll be chain shot, and then the incendiary one, which is a burning effect. So for smithing,
chain shot has a bind effect. Okay. All right.
To get right into it, the earliest level thing, it's saying you'll need 5 smithing to make the bronze cannonballs. But then to start making the bars, you will need 25 to make the lead bar. And at 74, you can use 1 nickel.
Those are effect balls, regular balls, just damage, chains, binds. Okay. Okay, so that's if you want to give it the extra effect. I gotcha.
Ore and 2 copper ore. That's where that mining section came into place to make the cupron nickel, capronical bar. So we're going to be using a very low level ore to make a pretty high-end level bar. And then there will be the keel parts that you make, and the highest level there will be 94 to make the dragon keel part, and you'll need 10 smithing to make the bronze keel part. So it's going to require a lot of bars. So with that, you will most likely want to be stocking up on the double cannonball, mold, and bars. So that way you will be...
Yeah, I do need to go get that. Oh, that might be tomorrow's goal. I might have to try to grind that out tomorrow. Oh, let me add that to my notes over here. Double cannon mold. All right. Takes like an hour? Okay. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Dang, I might just knock that out tonight after the stream.
Be able to pump these things out. Also, there will be a new furnace on a new island that will require 81 sailing to access, but it will make it so that it doesn't take 8 ticks to make cannonballs, but 4 ticks to make the cannonballs, and it will work on all of the cannonballs, even the ones that go inside of the dwarf cannon.
Oh. So we're going to want to use that island, that furnace, with the double mold. That's interesting. 100 points per sword, 9 myth. The rest steel, 2k for a mold. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad then. I gotta be honest. I am a hater of Giants Foundry. I think the rewards are great, but I think like the activity itself, I find so tedious. Because I'm just I'm an AFKer. That's what I am by nature, and so having to like pay attention to like click it at the right time when it's flashing like the what is it, like the gold bar around it, and then I always mess up the sword, so I just have to pay attention. That's all.
Okay, that covers our little smithing area. We can.
But I hate it. I hate Giants Foundry.
Jump right on into construction because you're going to be constructing your new.
Oh my god. Oh, so it seemed this was 2 months ago. Okay, so I think they changed it. It used to be 7,500. Now it's 5,000, maybe. And then we're gonna use. Wait, let me do my math right quick. So we need 5 planks to make a hole, 5 holes to make a whole part. To the large one. So 25 for the large parts. Okay.
Ship. And they're showing to make the wood hole part. You can start this at level 1.
Teak hole parts. That's what I've got the most of. Got some mahoganies. I stocked up a little bit on regular planks and oak planks. Let's see. Hate RS3 smithing. Get the plug in. 7,500 is rosewood. Oh, 5K is the ironwood. I see. That is absolutely absurd. Giants Foundry plug in. Let me download that right quick. Giants Foundry. Okay, I got it. Thank you for that. Hell yeah. It's gonna save me some pains there. Okay. So, is it going to be trained like construction? Like, is that part of the training? You build a whole part, and then you destroy it, and you build another? Watch the thing you're interacting with, not the bar at the top. Nice. Yeah, that's huge. So I'm wondering if I'm spending all this time making thousands of planks, learn how to do it from there. Hell yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Train by doing everything. Okay, so you know what? If I end up not using a whole bunch of planks, then I'll just use them on construction later. I still got to get that up. I'm at 80, so they'll be used eventually.
Construction, right? 5 planks make 1 wood hull part, and then a large hull part requires 5 hulls. So it's going to be 25 plank makeup. So you want to be stocking up on just raw cash and planks. So
okay,
the
he
whole
says to stock up. I'm
is
stocking
that
up.
you might need to be repairing your ship pretty frequently, pretty consistently. We're still not sure
Oh, interesting.
exactly because we've only seen so much with a few betas. Now, with that, you will need 1 construction to enter and 84 construction as the highest level that they're saying. The items that you will need will be the money, potentially Amy's saw, because it's a reward from the Mahogany Homes, and you'll be able to wield that saw. Then, this is probably the biggest one, the plank sack, where you can store basically an extra inventory of planks. And the carpenter's outfit, that might help you. That might be something that, right, get some extra stuff, but not really the most important thing, right? Other gear might be more important while you're out on the ships. Or it might be that
okay, so it says you can't yet use these to construct anything in your POH. Means possibly it will be coming into the game. Salvaging, charting, racing trials. Nice. I saw a little bit about salvaging. I think that's going to be my go-to training method. Seems like the most AFK. I'm interested to see how crewmates work, though. Like, what all you can get them to do. I think you can get them to salvage and to fish and all of that stuff. So we'll see.
You don't go out on the ship at all. Otherwise, let's jump right on over into thieving. Pirate plunder and merchant stalls. So the way that when I hear pirate plunder, it makes me immediately think of pyramid plunder. So we might be getting a mini game there.
Okay.
But we still don't really know. So in order to...
Okay, what do we got here? Some new stalls. Cannonball stall. 87 thieving. 84 right now, so that's not far off. Bronze through rune cannonballs. That's kind of cool. Pirates. You get coins, elkhorn, coral, and some cannonballs. Medium clues. A couple of chests. More corals. Okay. Fish stall up to haddock. Another gem stall, ore stall. Cool. Alright. Let me give this guy a little sub here. Appreciate that video there, Yamas. Go ahead and throw that in the chat as well. Maybe. Here we go. Just in case y'all want to stop by his channel and give him some love as well. We're going to move on to the next one.
Okay, it's 58 mil, Nick. Okay, word.
That one's not it. That's for some future goals. My next big goal after the sailing hype dies down for my Iron Man Zerker is going to be getting an Infernal Cape, and that's going to be a pain. My goal, I've never done it. Not even on my main. The farthest I've made it on my main was wave 14, and I'm going to be trying it with 45 defense and a crossbow. Hopefully I can upgrade that to a web weaver. So that's why this video is pulled up here.
Sailing is going to be...
You watch Behemoth? Yeah, I try to watch him. I don't catch it every day, but I try to get it as often as I can. I love watching some Behemoth. I'll be right back, though. I gotta use the restroom, so you guys some music. I'll be right back. All right. We're back. Let's get our guys doing their things. Okay, so this next one we're watching by a guy named Iron Man Guides. Let's go ahead and copy this and throw that in the chat as well. Give him some love. Iron Man selling prep. Seems like a great video for me to watch right now.
Be released into old school RuneScape so very soon, and as an Iron Man, it really is imperative that you're as prepared as possible if you'd like to get going right off the bat. Jagex has released a bit of information as to what you might want to prepare, so in this video we're going to go over that, as well as some reading between the lines and speculation as to how you might be best prepared. I'm excited for it, I hope you are too, and without any further ado, let's just get right into it. So let's go ahead and start off with some stuff here that Jagex has specifically released in a previous blog post, detailing the things that you're going to want to have in order to access everything that Sailing will have upon release. The three things that they specifically talk about in the blog post, as you can see here, are quests, skills, and items. Now the main part of this video is going to be talking about the items that are on the bottom of the screen. However, I do want to touch briefly on the quests and skills. So let's start up in the top left with the quests that they've listed as ones that you're going to want to have done. Now I will say that these aren't quests that you have to have done to be able to participate in Sailing at all, but they are quests that if you want to be able to access every
I think I got all these. Let's see. Yeah, I got Royal Trouble. No, I got Permanent Guiles. Lunar I got. Making Friends with My Arm, yep. Yeah, I got all these, so we're good there.
Everything that Sailing will have to offer upon release that you'll want to have done. You can see here that some of them are very easy, like Children of the Sun and the Core. Now let's move our attention on over to the right side here and talk about some skills. I will say that in this video, I'm not going to go over every specific thing that's going to be unlocked by all of these skill requirements. However, I am planning on releasing a video before Sailing actually comes out that talks about every single thing that's coming with Sailing and what levels and which skills you'll actually need to unlock the content and get access to the new items. So shameless plug here, be sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see that as I release it in the next little while. But for this video, what we're going to talk about regarding skills is just the fact that I'd probably recommend really focusing for the next little while until Sailing releases on construction. And the reason for that is that boat building, of course, building your actual boat and upgrading it and doing things like that, is without a doubt going to be one of the most important things that you can actually do for Sailing as you're going about training it. And this is obviously some speculation, but it really is also very much backed up by the fact that in the Sailing skilling guide that's already been released into the game, you can see that every single boat facility that you can actually build on your boat, like the attachments or upgrades for your boat, are paired with an actual construction level requirement. So if you're watching this...
Okay. Let's do some comparisons here. Get this moved over here. Oh, covered it up. Okay. Yeah. Definitely need some work. Fletching is close. Hunter is close. We got the attack, mining, and smithing is not even close. Smithing is way off. We're close on thieving. Cooking and hunter could, or fishing and cooking could both use some work here. Farming too, herblore. All right. We're there, you know. We're there. We're pretty close. 62 will get you into the 60s. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're talking about. 62. Hang on, I'm gonna get me a fork right quick and a spoon. All right. Go construction skill boats section. Construction skill boats. Oh, boats. Scroll 62. We got some adamant. Oh my god, there is just so much. This is like data overload looking at all this stuff. Sailing. Oh my god, look at all this. Oh wow. Boats. You can get up to 5 boats. Core boat parts. Here we go. Okay, 62 construction, 66 for adamant. Wow. Settings? Like the... Hold on, go to settings, like the all settings. Hang on, I'll be right back. Skill. Oh, the new skill guide? Is that what you wanted me to click on? Okay. Oh. Wait, is that like that? I like that. That's way more clean. You know what I'm wondering? I want that. How do you get to that conch island or whatever? Yeah, this is super nice. It's very sleek. Let me look at the old one again. Oh my god, I can't even look at the old one now. This is hideous. Let me compare that. Wow, that is crazy. That's a crazy difference. Shipwreck salvaging. 15. All right. That's not that bad. I can get to 15. I'm wanting to know what Robert. 4 port tasks. Okay. Maybe it's not out yet, but I'm wanting to know how I can get to the oh god, Conch Island. Is that what it's called? The Great Conch. Yeah, I want to know what level I need to come here, because that is where I'm going to be fighting my little bossy boss. Ports. The Great Conch. The Great Conch. I don't see it yet. I think I'm on 117 HD. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I've got 117 HD on. Yeah, that Griffin thing. Whatever it is that drops that new rapier. 40 sailing. I can get to 40. That is definitely doable.
This video right when it gets released, then you'll have a little bit more time. But if you're, getting close to the actual release of Sailing when you're watching it, see how much of that construction you can get done regardless. Just do your best to actually get that up there if you're planning on doing as much as you can as possible. But enough of that, let's get on over to the bottom of the screen here and talk about some actual items. As you can see on the left side of that image there's logs and planks. On the right side, we've got bars and nails, and in the middle, we've got some miscellaneous items. The main chunk of this video that we're going to be talking about for the next little while is specifically going to be how to get these items before Sailing releases, what I think you should probably focus on as far as the priorities go, and how they're actually going to integrate into
a weather plugin? Is that on 117 HD or is that like a separate plugin? I do know that with 117, so before I got this new PC, I got this like a month ago or so. I was playing on a MacBook Air, so I couldn't run GPU. I couldn't run 117 HD. I could barely run RuneScape. And so playing with, a little bit better graphics, it's been pretty cool. I couldn't believe, like, looking out at the world, you can just see the world. You can see everywhere. And then the wilderness, like, the first time I went to the wilderness, there's, like, lightning strikes and stuff. My God, it feels so good. Just being there is awesome. 3D weather. Okay. Let's get that right quick. 3D weather. Ooh. We got 3D weather. Let's see. Play with the settings when you download. Gives new life to the world. You can turn the forecast off. Oh, is that this like pop up here? Oh, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, there we go. Dynamic. Ambiance. Oh yeah, we want weather sounds. Does that mean I need to have do I need to have these sounds on for that the weather sounds to work? Do I need to have like my game setting sounds on? Oh, there's an option to do that. Okay, use area sound volume. Nah, if it works without it, then we'll see. We'll test it without those on, and see if we ever hear anything. Is it weather right now? Oh my God. Oh my God, hang on. Let me set my tuna down. Okay. Let me turn off some stuff right quick. Inventory viewer. Let me turn that off. Let me move this. Oh, that is sick. We got clouds. Oh my God. What is the button that I need to do? There we go. This is just, it's a different game. I mean, this is like a fully immersive world. This is incredible. This is just clouds. It's not even doing anything yet. It's just clouds. Wow. I wonder. Let's go somewhere else. Let's get out of the GE right quick. Let's find somewhere else to do our stuff here. Let's find somewhere else to party. Where do we want to go? Oh, there's even clouds at the house. Corin, Barak, Lumbridge, Catherby. Okay, let's see. Changes all the time. It'll rain, thunderstorm. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait to have a thunderstorm. Mort, okay. Let's go South Graveyard. Ooh, nice and foggy, spooky. I mean, you could still see the castle in the background, though. That is so sick. Turn off the lighting, okay. Lighting, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's already off. Okay. Cool. You know what? I want to play with it a little bit more. I want to see rainy. And we'll test out the. Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear it. Oh, that's nice. Is it louder when I step outside? I think it's supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. That's crazy. I don't like that the kind of immersion breaking there, the agility course, but Starry looks pretty cool. You said turn on the ash. Let's see. The fog is off. Okay, let's get the fog on. Oh, ash enabled. I see. Oh, I see the ash falling now. Oh, that's pretty sick. Yeah, that's nice. A new MMO for real, bro. For real. This is insane. Oh, let me. Where do we want to go, though? I'm kind of thinking. Let's go to. I don't have these. No, I don't have these freaking amulets attuned yet. I want to go. We'll take the long way. I want to go to the Auburn Bell. I think that's where I'll continue doing this. Gotta resituate all these little plugins now.
into sailing as a whole. So
I have my headphones on max volume.
let's go ahead and get on to that section of the video here. Let's start talking about those items and all of those things regarding them. All right, let's start off by talking about normal logs, because you're going to want to have some of those for sure to start out with actually training your sailing, you know, in terms of the lower level ships and everything like that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab our candor and headgear. If you have it, any level of the candor and headgear will actually work, 1, 2, 3, or 4. What it does is it doubles the amount of logs that you get from normal trees. So you can see I'm cutting 1 tree but getting 2 logs, and that's really it. This is a really good place to do it over south of the bank in Sears Village, because there's a bunch of normal trees here that kind of line the way down here, and if you have a teleport to teleport straight back to the bank, that's great. That's what I did when I was preparing mine, honestly, or getting my actual logs, and then so that's how I did it that way. You just head down here and then teleport straight back, and make sure you have that candor and headgear, and also make sure that you're not on a forestry world, because there's a lot of people cutting trees on forestry worlds, and you don't really need the benefit from forestry worlds for this specific type of log, so just go ahead and get them this way. Now for oak logs, we are going to be on a forest.
I got 300 regular planks. I really don't want to chop more like regular logs and do all of that. I got 300 regular, 1,000 oak. I'm hoping that gets me to the point that I can start using teak. That's what I'm hoping.
Forestry world, because if you didn't know, the more people that are cutting a tree, like you can see 6 people are cutting it here, the more invisible levels that you get boosted toward your actual wood cutting level. By the way, this is the tree count plugin that tells you this, so you can see which tree to actually cut, but this is my favorite spot to do oak trees, just south of the Sears Village Bank, because there are 2 right here, and when one of them goes down, you can just start cutting the other one. Really easy way to do it. This time you're not going to need your actual candor and headgear, because it doesn't benefit anything other than normal logs, so just cut a bunch of oak logs and you'll be good to go about it that way. Now,
Yeah. That's a good point. Isn't there like 3 or 4 of them spawned there?
for teak and mahogany logs, I wouldn't recommend cutting them yourself, because you can get so many of them from the Kingdom of Miscellanea. If you've done all the quests to unlock the maximum potential of the Kingdom of Miscellanea, you can put 10 workers on one thing and 5 on the other. And what I would do for this, for having 10 of your workers, is definitely putting them on either teak, mahogany, or both. I already have a bunch of mahogany logs from Zulrah, so I'm personally putting them on teak right now. And obviously, if you want to cut your own teak and mahogany logs, you can do that. The place that I'd recommend cutting teak logs is definitely going to be over here on Fossil Island with teak trees that you planted yourself. Once you plant your teak trees here, you can just run down to the bank that you can build horses. For planks,
Control shift left or right to hop world. Wait, does that work? Control. Man, you are teaching me so much tonight. Control shift. What? That is crazy. Oh my god. I can't imagine how many hours I've spent. Just like, you know, the few ticks that it takes to click the world, click on the next world, you know? I'm sure over the time that I've played, I've spent more than hours. More than it, probably several hours just swapping worlds when I could control shift click. Wow. That's pretty insane. Skips PvP worlds, one's for bounty hunter. Jeez. RuneScape has come a long way. I mean, this is just... It is a whole new game now. This is so nice.
so let's talk about the best way to actually make them from the logs that you've already gotten from the previous section. And the best place to do it is definitely over here in Auburn Vale. This is new to the Varlamore Part 3 release, if you didn't know about it. There's a sawmill right here and a bank right here, and it's just a very, very close run, a very short run, I mean, and it's just so nice to be able to make planks. So just take whatever logs you're going to make planks out of, run over here, and click buy plank on the sawmill operator, and...
I need the Mage XP anyway, but that's good to know that that sawmill's there. I had no idea. I'm standing right by it. I didn't know. Yeah, Rune Light. Yep. So good. I remember back when, what are these called? Clients. I remember back when clients were like, I don't know if they're going to stay or not. Like, every now and then you'd have a client that would get people banned, or like the client itself would get banned. And there's one I used to play. I think it was called Rune HD. I think that's the client I used to use. It was called something like that, Rune HD or something like that. One of the predecessors. But then once I got Runelight, never went back. Never went back. This is just too good.
And just turn them into planks. It's that simple. The nice thing is that you don't have to worry about doing that that old method with the demon butler in your house or anything like that. You technically can still do that. It might be a little bit faster, but I really don't think it's worth the trouble for sure. One thing that I definitely recommend doing is you know, considering using a little bit of sawmill vouchers for this.
OS Buddy, that's it. Yeah, yeah, it was OS Buddy. Yeah, yeah, that takes me back.
All in my forestry kit, but if you need to save money, if you don't have a ton of money for planks, remember that you can use sawmill vouchers from forestry to be able to make double the amount of planks per log, so you basically save half of the money that you'd otherwise spend. But I wouldn't recommend spending too many of your sawmill vouchers or too many of your actual anemo infused bark on sawmill vouchers, because you might want to save some of those for the new types of logs and planks that are coming out with sailing. So just a word of caution there, but definitely do whatever you want to do and make your planks and have them ready. Now, as we start talking about bars and nails, we're going to talk about specifically the ore and the best ways to get them. But just know that I'm going to recommend that you use the blast furnace to actually make your bars from the ore. About doing it that way. Next up, let's talk about iron and really as much coal. Then for mithril, adamant, and rune ore, specifically we're going to start with a swamp tar. Swamp tar is something that you can't get in great quantities from the what is it, the Lumbridge swamps, I want to say, is where you can pick it up. Obviously you can pick it up there, but you're going to be better off doing something like the Perilous Moons, where you can get about 100 per chest on average. Or other options include Zora. You get about 1,000 per drop at like a 1 in 25 rate, I want to say, something like that. But if you don't want to do moons or Zora or can't, then one other option also is warped terror birds or warped tortoises. If you haven't gone for your warped scepter, for example, that's another option to get them. The rates aren't incredible there. You're not going to get a ridiculous amount, but it's definitely an option. I personally recommend doing Zora if you can, and then if you can't, to do moons, and then if you can't do moons, try those warped creatures. There are also a few other ways to get them listed on the wiki, but those are the main three that I'd consider for sure. All right, next up we've got just raw GP, and there's a lot of ways to get GP, of course. I can't go over every single method that you might want to do. Definitely going to need it. Next up is going to be...
I'm probably going to stop doing what I'm doing when I get to like 10 mil cash stack. I'll keep about a 10 mil cash stack on me, I think.
Swamp paste, and this is a really simple one. All that you have to do is trade these charter crew members.
Wait. Okay, if you don't have warp scepter on iron, warped on your iron for tar. Oh, okay. I do have the scepter. I don't know. I've got 10k tar. You think that's good, or like, I don't know how. With all of these supplies, I don't know like how often you're going to be using like a big quantity. So I'm hoping that 10k gets me somewhere. Swamp paste though, I've only got 43 of. Only got 43 of those, but it seems like you can just buy them. Shouldn't be too bad to get.
In Catherby, buy 30 swamp paste at a time. Pop
5 tar per repair kit. So 10k. Quick math. 10,000 divided by 5. Should be able to do this math. 2,000. My God. 2,000 repair kits. That's a good start. That'll get me into it.
Worlds and just go about it that way. It's really very simple. You might have a little bit of competition depending on how close you actually get to the sailing release, but right now I'm hopping through Worlds and there's a bunch available. I did this for a few thousand. It's a really good way to go about it, and that's really it. You can do this at any charter ship technically, but I find that Catherby's a good balance of accessibility and availability, so I definitely recommend going about it that way. For Flax, there are 3 main options that I want to talk about. The first off being the most chill is going to be Varlamore Totems over here in Auburnvale. Now this is going to be nice because you can get a bunch of other stuff as well, but obviously specific player PVM. Now let's talk about cannonballs, and cannonballs are one of the things that you want to get for sure as released. And then lastly, we've just got rope, and rope is very easy to get in big quantities because you can just trade Martin Thwaite over here in the rogue's den and buy them from him because he sells 50 at a time. Then just run on over to the bank and bank them. That's pretty much all there is to it. There's obviously other ways to get ropes or other places, I mean, to buy them, but this.
All right, yeah, that's pretty good. I think I'm standing like okay for this sailing thing. I think my supplies, I've got enough to get me to like at least 40 for sure. I think I got enough to at least get me to 40 so I can get that rapier. After that, I don't know. Free rope at Temple Ross, okay. Huntsman kit? I don't think I have it. No. No, I haven't done very many rumors on this account yet. I need to get on those, but I need to do them though. Yeah, I think I have enough to get me to, like, hopefully whatever level I need to get to that Griffin boss, so I can get the new weapon, the rapier. And that's the main thing I care about from sailing right now on my account where I'm at. From there, I'll probably go back into Inferno prep, getting the stuff that I need for that. And then maybe train sailing like passively, do some salvaging here and there. You dropped the legs? Oh my god. So far I've only got the little hat thing. I burned out of rumors because I have an Ultimate Iron Man as well. And I was making videos for that and doing like recording and stuff, and I spent like 12 hours straight doing rumors to get to 83 Hunter, and that killed me. Doing that on UIM, horrible experience. Yeah, shift drop. Yeah, it'll get you. I've seen people lose, like, I think it was on Behemoth actually. I saw people lose like a twisted bow or a scythe from shift dropping and then leaving a raid. Couldn't imagine. I'm uninstalling at that point. I'm done. Yeah, good video here from Iron Man Guides. Make sure to give him a like and a subscribe as well.
Old
I think this one 2 weeks ago.
Sailing RuneScape's first
one. Everything you need to know. We got timestamps here. Any timestamps? Yeah, it is an entire expansion. It's crazy. It's huge. Way bigger than way bigger than I thought. Aha, now this is the video that I'm interested in. AFK sailing plan. That is exactly what I need. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, you would go, like, if you want the mud battle staff, you would program it to where only that drops. I see. That makes sense. I do that with some stuff, like, what's an example of when I did that? I did that when I was going for, very early on in this account. I was doing the jewelry thieving to make some money. And so, you pickpocket the hand members and they have a bunch of junk. So I was doing that with that as well. Vials, burnt food, bowls. Yep, all the stuff that you just don't need. It's easy for banks to get cluttered on Iron Man too. Thank God they added 100 extra spaces, because now I'm sitting at over 1,000. But I've been having to, like, anytime I get a new item, I have to find something else to get rid of. And there's probably plenty I could get rid of in here. Plenty of, like, this. There's a bunch of stuff that Ring of Wealth scrolls. Like, do I really need those? I've got 4 Ring of Wealth imbued already. I don't think I really need those, but I'm a hoarder, man. I just can't get myself to get rid of it. And I got a bunch of stuff in, like, this tab. I'm sure, like, I could get rid of a lot of this. A goblin paint cannon, like, I don't need that. The split bark legs probably could toss. Put those there. 7 rune spears, why are you there? A black plate ladder. Yeah, like, I got stuff I could get rid of. It's just taking the time to do it, to sort it all out. It's a never-ending struggle, but now I got 100 extra bank spaces, so I can put it off for even longer. By the way, great intro here. This man's got 322 subs now. Let me go ahead and link him. Let me link this video in the chat as well. Give that man some love. I mean, this intro already is looking great.
Welcome back to the third and final video focusing on sailing prior to its release. Before I get into it, the winner for last video's bond giveaway was whatever people 1229 RSN or runner. I'll be reaching out to you to make sure you get that before sailing is up. As of the release of this video, we are less than 2 days away from the release of sailing.
Less than 2 days. Less than 2 days.
In the first part, I'm going to be going over items you should have, as well as my personal plan for how I'll be starting the sailing skill. This second part will involve a lot of future theory crafting. My way is going to be significantly different than most, as I will not really be able to play much the first 3 days, due to working 12+ hour shifts for those 3 days. So, my focus is going to be on AFK and
our shifts
mobile
were
leveling.
rough.
First, I'm going to get into the resources. I've got a few hundred of each type of bar, a few thousand of each plank, logs.
Oh, it's not actually zooming into the video. Oh my god. How do I zoom into that? Not low quality. On my side, it's too small. Let's full screen it. Okay. My god, he's stocked up. He is stocked up on planks. Damn, now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous about normal planks and oak planks. Because I don't have many.
Nails. I've got a bunch of the raw resources that should be able to be used in pretty much every type of boat construction, besides all of the new resources that have been added. At level 15, you unlock the first new boat, which is the skiff. And when you first unlock the skiff, you are still using the original wooden components. You have not yet unlocked the iron and oak components. So, as you can see, you can click these and find out what resources are required. So, going over all of these.
Legends Quest and Ceramic. You know, that's like that's that meat and potatoes part of the game. That's when you're like, your nose deep in the grind. But once you get those Barrows gloves, it's a good feeling.
The first skiff that you create, if you create at level 15, which is what I will be doing, requires 10 wooden hull parts, 300 bronze nails, 20 swamp tar.
You said 300 bronze nails? I don't have nearly enough nails. This is not good. I mean, I've got 1100 bronze, but like I'm gonna run out quick here. Yeah, done these quests so many times. Just spacebar click the blue light. Yep. Just blast through them. That's me too. I'm a spacebar warrior. I don't know hardly anything about any lore of this game. I've played it for 20 years and I don't know any of the stories. I just spacebar through everything. And even before Quest Helper, it was what was it called? Just using the wiki or Slayer music. Slayer music videos got me through a lot of the quests on my main. Probably most of them.
Each of those wooden hull parts requires 5 planks.
Blast furnace by ores, bronze in the blast furnace. That's smart. I don't think I have any bronze bars either. Yeah, I got exactly 0 bronze bars right now. Oof.
The bronze helm will cost 3 planks and 6 bronze bars. The wooden mast and the linen sails will need 10 logs, 40 bronze nails, 5 bolts of linen. The bronze keel will require 10 bronze keel parts, And each of those bronze keel parts requires 5 bronze bars. So
Okay.
in total,
I need bronze bars. I certainly need bronze bars. I've got some iron, a little bit, not great looking there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some bronze bars. Let me add that to my little notes here. Bronze bars.
for the base skiff at level 15, you will need 53 planks,
There's an anvil there.
340 bronze
Nice.
nails, 20 swap tar, 10 logs, 5 bolts of linen, and 56 bronze bars. Now, with those
I'm gonna say like 500 bronze bars. I'm gonna hope that gets me there.
numbers in mind, that's what is created as the base skiff. That means your skiff is currently empty. At level 15, you unlock the ability to get the bronze salvaging hook, which requires 4 planks, 16 bronze nails, 6 bronze bars, and 1 rope, and you're still using the original cargo hold requiring 8 planks and 32 bronze nails. Going with this plan, it'll allow us to AFK salvage between the more active periods of doing port tasks, which will primarily be courier tasks. Currently, I have no idea on what any of these XP rates are going to be, so I'm going to continue an upgrade pattern until I hit around level 50, which unlocks the 3rd ship, the sloop. The upgrade pattern that I'll be doing up to level 50 will be just upgrading the entirety of the ship. I don't know at this point if it will...
Okay, so you make a boat, it's empty, you have to build tools to put on the boat, and then you can upgrade the parts of the boat.
will require starting a new ship, or if you can upgrade the individual components. However, my main focus is going to be upgrading the cargo holds and all of the salvaging hooks. We don't know how many each of the cargo holds will carry currently, but they do start to require lead bars, which can be mineable on the Pandemonium relatively easy and at level.
I don't think I wasn't like too invested in the game back when construction came out. I played, but I was like a little kid and I only played free to play. So like I had no idea about anything about that. Like I was playing during the Falador Massacre, but I was probably in Lumbridge killing cows on my 87th account. So, but I brought that up because I think when construction came out, it must have been like just as confusing. When that first came out, it must have been like, what is all of this? What's happening? Because that's how I feel right now. That's how I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is so much. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Level 1 sailing. By the time we're around 50, we'll also be using steel, myth, teak, and mahogany resources. Next up is going to be the items that are going to make this above grind quicker and easier. This has been covered to death by pretty much everybody, so I'm going to make it pretty quick. The wearable items that are going to be useful are going to be Amy's saw and the Imkondo hammer set to the offhand. Amy's saw costs 500 points for mahogany homes, and the Imkondo hammer is found through the Camdozo mining. This will...
Maybe I try to go get that at some point too. I have the saw, I don't have the hammer though. That would be useful. It saves an inventory spot.
Give you access to both the hammer and the saw without taking up a single inventory space. Other items that will be useful at the very beginning of sailing is going to be the plank sack. That costs
2 hours for the hammer?
points for mahogany homes.
Okay. 1 out of 300 from smashing rocks. That's not bad. That's not bad. So we're talking cannon mold, an hour, hammer, a couple hours, 500 bronze bars. What do you think? Maybe an hour for that. So yeah, we can knock all of that out tomorrow. That'll be pretty good.
Plank sack is going to be extremely useful throughout the entirety of sailing, as when you're going to create new parts of your ship and upgrade, load that full of the planks that you need, and the rest of your inventory can be the other resources, such as steel bars, ropes, nails, other types of bars. You'll need the bolts of linen, hemp, cotton, all of those. That'll take up your inventory space.
Very AFK.
So
nice.
use the plank sack, so all of your planks stay in one
That's
inventory
my style.
slot. A second useful item is going to be the log basket, which is obtained through forestry. That costs 5,000.
I don't know if I have that. I don't remember. I do. Hey, I got it. Cool.
Anima infused bark, 300 oak, and 300 willow logs. The log basket will not be that useful early on. However, later on in the sailing skill, when you're able to get to the higher level logs that are nowhere near a bank, such as ironwood and rosewood, depending on how the teleport to boat mechanic works, the log basket might just be able to save you twice the amount of time.
Yeah, that's
Next
nice.
up are a few items that will definitely be useful at some point and will probably be needed to go into the coral nursery. That'll be your fishbowl helmet, your diving apparatus, and your flippers.
You can attach basket to forestry bag. Oh. Okay. Let me add that to my notes. Attach log basket to forestry bag. Let's go. I need flippers. I know it's not that bad of a grind. I don't think I have them. Yeah, I need flippers. I should have got them a long time ago because I did 93 crafting with buckets of sand and giant seaweed. So I did all of those giant seaweeds without the flippers. That would have saved me, I don't know, a little bit of time. Not a lot, but still it would have been a little less of a headache. Yeah, it's saying it needs the flippers. I'm guessing there's going to be like more underwater swimming and stuff.
I would suggest getting your flippers as soon as you can, as personally, a couple years back when I went to go get them, I went over 1,000 kills dry, and that absolutely sucked. And the last item that's going to fit this area of the video is going to be the cannonball mold, the double ammo mold. You can make twice as many cannonballs in the same amount of time as using a single, and this can be used prior to getting to the island with a furnace that allows you to smith cannonballs twice as fast. So, if you have a little AFK time, and you want to be doing all of those port tasks that are bounties, check all of those out, see how they do. I would take this to Edgeville, take your runite bars or the highest bar that you can shoot with the level of cannon you've got, start crafting some cannon.
Wait, I can make the cannonballs already? You can already make them? Bruh. Oh, you can't. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Don't want to kill a million mogres. Yeah, I know. I know. What a pain. Do I even have any fishing explosive? No. Buy some of that too. This game is do the thing so you can do the thing just to be able to do the thing.
Cannonballs and take on some higher level bounties. Now I want to take a quick look at some of the new resources themselves. If we look into the crafting skill for spinning, we have at level 12 turning flax into the linen yarn.
Okay.
39 we have hemp into hemp yarn, and 73 fully to the highest level that you possibly can. Now let's take a look at how you actually go ahead and get these new resources. With hemp being crafted at 39 and cotton at 73, those currently are not in the game, so we currently have no idea if you will be able to get those from existing methods, or if the seeds for those will be found some other way, or if they will drop as a drop themselves from some new type of monster, or if it will be added to a drop table. So, going on the base knowledge that we have, let's see where we can grow them. There are 5 spots in the game that you can currently grow hops, and these are part of the hops menu. The first one I'm going to look at is an Antrana, located on the southwest of the island. I believe no one's really going to be using this one, as you would have to get rid of pretty much all of your armor and weapons every time you come here to check and to plant. Most people don't really want that time sink. So the other 4 are what's going to be useful.
I barely want to do farm runs. I'm definitely not going to want to take everything off just to go to Antrana. Not a chance.
Over to the east, right above the Lumbridge chicken farm, we have a hops patch. The quickest teleport to get here.
Okay.
The second hops patch that I'm going to go over is on Alderan. It is located right here. The quickest teleport to here, and you don't have access to if you side Yanil, right here on the northern edge, next to the underwall tunnel.
Yeah, that's true. If you do it last, you can just deposit your worn items. That's true. And oh, also, just the time tracking plugin will tell us all the locations for these, so that's pretty good.
Agility area. And the 5 giant seaweed to protect. At level 52 farming, you want a bit more of the farming for the other new resources. To
corals.
Coral to camphor down. Level 77, we have umbral coral. You level 9. If we look at the map, and if we go down to the Great Conch, this is where the coral nursery is, along this eastern dock. There are 2 farming spots down here. Again, I assume this is going to require the diving apparatus and helm, and flippers to move a little quicker. And then that's where the coral will be grown. Then if we go to the hardwoods over on Fossil Island,
Just existing
here are your
hardwood
3
patches.
hardwood patches. I would have all of these set up as quick as possible. And the 4th hardwood patch is located down in the Avium Savannah, right underneath the Locust Oasis. Quickest teleport to here is going to be...
I didn't know there was a hardwood patch there. I've been missing out on XP.
Fairy Ring.
Not that I do my farm runs anyway.
AJP. Those are the 4 hardwood locations that are currently in the game, and will help you out with collecting these new logs, potentially earlier than the sailing level would be to get them on their natural islands. And last up that I'm going to cover right now is going to be consumables that are going to be useful. If you go to the Friendly Forester, you have access to sawmill vouchers. These cost 150 bark for 10 vouchers, and these will essentially give you 1 extra plank when you turn logs into planks.
Okay.
The second extremely useful item is going to be Ritual Mulch. This costs another 150 bark and 10 maple logs. These can be turned into nature offerings with the high level herbs. Currently the cheapest would be Lantodime. What this does is this will give you an extra log while you're chopping by 50 to 60% depending on how many other people are also chopping that same tree. This will be extremely useful when combined with your log basket when you're going for ironwood or rosewood in late game sailing.
I haven't touched much forestry. I got the log basket, but that was about it. I've never used that ritual mulch or whatever, so I'll have to look into that too.
So, as I said at the beginning of this video, this is going to be my last...
Maybe not even worth it unless I'm just, I don't know.
Pre-sailing related video to the skill.
Yeah, great video here. Let me put that in the chat too. I think I already did, but put it in there again. I mean, this is fantastic video. All right. Let me get my Streamlabs back up and running here. World 444. Is that the forestry world? Oh, yes, it is. Damn, that thing, that's full. People like forestry? That's pretty good. All right, well, I think I'm pretty close to being prepared here. Let me move this over. I got invisible plus 10 boost. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Lots of bark. Yeah, I think I'm pretty low on bark. 800, yeah. I'll have to get a bunch of that. But we got some, we got a start here. We got a little foundation to work on. That means tomorrow I need to get all of this stuff. I need to get cannon mold, some bars, the hammer, flippers maybe. Flippers is like a maybe. But I can knock all of that out. And then probably spend the rest of the day just AFK doing some forestry, tidying up the last little ends. I'm pretty excited. This is, wow. I mean, this is like it feels like a generational event. I remember, let's see. Let me think back to some of the skills that came out back in RS2. I wasn't really around, wasn't playing much. I was free to play for construction. I think I was members around the time that summoning came out, but I wasn't very active with it. I never trained it very much. I think I maybe only got to like level 40 or something. I wasn't like big time into it. I played the game a lot, but I was just a huge noob. I guess we all kind of were, but yeah. The only skill that I can really remember coming out and like participating in was dungeoneering, and that's a completely different thing to like what this is. You know, this is a skill. This is in depth, expansive. I'm excited. It feels like living like a moment in history. You know, a game that has brought me so much joy for so long, and now I'm getting to experience that feeling again of being new at something. It's very exciting to me. I went into this at the start of the stream saying like, I don't know, I don't like sailing. I'm not a big fan, but seeing all of this, I think it's pretty cool. And it seems like they've got more plans for going into 2026, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I probably, honestly, I know a lot of people are going to be rushing it straight to 99. Everybody wants their max capes back. I never had a max cape, so I don't really care to rush it and to like get super high level in it. I want to get the goodies that I want and get out. And then I got some big goals, big plans. I got to learn the Inferno. And I got a lot of stuff I got to do before then. So we're gonna dip our toes into some sailing and then back off a little bit, go for our other goals, but I'm pretty excited for this. Trying for your first quest cape? Yeah, that's a huge goal. And that's one of those goals that just keeps getting harder. Every few months, it seems like there's 3 new quests get released. How many even are there now? There's 174 quests. That is insane. Actually crazy. But I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. I think I'll probably maybe AFK and try to get 1 or 2 of these little goals knocked off. Go snoozing into the wee hours. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate the interaction in the chat. It's huge to me. I'm brand new to streaming, so this has been a cool experience. I appreciate that so much. And you too, brother. Have a good night, and hopefully I should be live again probably around the same time tomorrow. So if you want to tune in, I should be here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a